class, you can pay off your debt or invest. And if you're high class, you can donate or you don't even have to take it.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Just do whatever you want. I would just donate it to charity, probably. Yeah. It just makes sense. That's nuts.
Like a bird call?
Yeah, it's my phone. I changed it because I got annoyed with the other one.
Yeah, we're live. Clap, clap.
Greetings. There's a wire that fell out of the GoPro, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I pulled it out. It's just the power.
Are we live?
We are live. You don't have to smile anymore. Time on the Order of Broken Spear Adventures.
We're all here.
I'll recap for people who are if somebody's watching this after the fact or watching it live.
We're live on audio, but are we?
We're not live on the show yet.
I don't have any video on Twitch.
It'll be like 30 seconds before it comes back up. Like we're on the other one, but thank you.
Use the cone, right?
Yep. Cone.
Well, now I feel bad for saying things.
There it is.
Okay.
Stop saying stuff. Jeez. What does a GM need to talk for anyway?
Nothing. Let's just get right into combat. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
A tactics game. Last time, the party continued their adventures deep into Zonathal's tower. There they encountered some pieces of paper. They encountered... I don't think they encountered anything else except for the Efreet, who tried to convince the party to free him. And
To free him.
To Ifrit him?
Disadvantage. Okay, well, wonderful. You got about 10 more minutes of fiddling with camera stuff, and then I'm cutting you off. Whatever it is, it is. But after the Efreet was freed, he, of course, turned on the party. And they had to fight him and an elemental at the same time. Then they discovered the body of the man that they were here for. His name? Iskander. Yeah. And he had already died by the time they got to him.
That's right.
But they were able to recover a blue dragon mask.
I got it.
Yep.
It's on me.
Has it in his possession. At which point they went back to the teleporter and teleported out to the main village. Basically using the teleportation to go back to the maze and realizing that the way to the tower is completely open to them now. But at the same time, they also came out and saw that the village was mostly on fire, which if you can see from home a little bit, you can probably see a little bit right now. And we ended the night with a blue dragon, familiar blue dragon, the dragon Lennithon, which was the dragon that you guys fought way back in episode 1. Yeah, Tavish. Fighting Ari. We're all good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just this bottom left corner.
Alrighty.
Let's come back.
I just realized that you were messing with the one that's supposed to be our microphone as well.
Yep. Right now it's just using this one. You're good. Can you hear us? You can still hear us. You can still hear him, correct?
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy, but it's not.
Okay, I'll switch it to the...
I don't think it's you guys. I think it's my internet.
Okay.
Alright, so the last thing that we saw. There we go.
Was Ari jumping up or
And getting eaten.
parkouring up.
She was in the mouth.
To
She's
punch
pretty
a
much
dragon.
swallowed. We didn't need to save her.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. No reason to cry at all. She's done for.
I mean, like, you know, it's what Colby would want us to do.
Yep.
When Colby watches this again, he'll know.
Yes. So what actually happens is there's this huge, like, slow motion cinematic shot as the dragon is like opening its mouth and Ari is like full on flying kick And then you watch as she twists in the air as the lightning breath strikes out from the dragon, and she barely like spins and avoids it. And she kind of lands in one of the shadows of the hut and disappears, and reappears right next to you guys. And she kind of like drops to one knee, and she's got burns all like these kind of electrical burns all over her, and she looks very worse for the wear. And she pretty much tells you that she's done for. All she can do is just try to get the villagers to safety.
So is this? I thought we were playing Finding Not. The Edge of the Empire.
Edge of the Empire.
She's in the shadow of the hut. Sorry.
Disadvantage. That's
That's
two
dumb.
people with disadvantage for puns so far.
Vicious mockery.
You're up. You're up. Who's next? Think of one later.
So Ari disappears after that, promising to make sure that everybody in the village is safe.
Get them out.
And
Fly, you fool.
at which point the dragon kind of takes off and it's still flying around, and it turns its head and it sees you all, and it lands down right in front of you and just kind of like stretches out. You can see its wings kind of furl up. Its singular horn is just crackling with lightning, and it goes, "I remember you."
Funny. I can't seem to place
So
it.
he's talking.
Yes.
I'm
Oh, in
pulling out.
Draconic or common?
He's speaking. I think they can speak common. Yeah, he can speak common.
Okay.
So common.
I would like to see if I can sleight of hand pull out a potion of lightning resistance and like kind of step behind people and before he
Go
sees.
ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check against his passive perception. All right.
Dice.
That's a 8 plus. Sleight of hand is waiting for that to come up.
Can I use my sleight of hand to like tip it faster in his mouth?
To grant him advantage. If you'd like to try.
Sure. He gets by. I just like as he's back, I like whoop. You just gotta lift up. Hello.
Yeah, that's not a very high roll. I think that's 18 total.
That's 22.
So I'll give you either +5 to your roll or advantage on the roll. You get to pick.
Let's see, so that's 18.
So that'd be 23.
23.
That's probably okay.
Okay, I'll go with the
For
plus
passive?
5.
Okay. The dragon does not see you as you do
Okay.
this. And he goes,
It's perception, passive
and
perception.
he actually
plus
turns
23.
his head towards Akio and he says, "The mask.
I
Give me
will
the mask, you fool."
Produce it and say.
Make it disappear.
I'll just drop it in my bag of holding. Like,
Just
This
like
one?
And he kind of takes one threatening step forward. His claw slams into the ground and shakes the earth. And he says, "You cannot stop." Yeah, like everybody's like immediately ready. "You cannot stop her coming. Give me the mask and I will let you go."
I'm gonna say we can try, and then I'm gonna sprint off towards one of the buildings to get into better
I
vantage.
So
get
he-
the feeling that if we
Remember,
keep
he's
this
right in front of
mask,
us.
we will stop her. So
Like,
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
going this way. Like he's
so-
right here, right?
Yeah, so
I'm
he.
going. I'm
you're
just
like,
gonna go
"What's
this way.
that?"
So
Did he take off running?
Akio takes off and he goes to lunge for you, and all of a sudden there is a loud crack, and this catapult trebuchet like ball of a boulder slams into the ground in front of him, and he has to like rear back, and he kind of takes off backwards, and you see just off in the distance you see the castle
Yes.
slowly approaching. It's not going to get here fast enough for us to not have initiative, but it's enough to get the dragon away from you and back to its starting position. But that's not the one we're going to use.
let's get some.
Uh-oh.
This is the one we're going to use.
Here's huge.
A wonderful
Take a gander.
paint job.
Take a gander and pass it around.
Great.
Bring it up close.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is from
up into the
the
camera.
Lost Dragon
Lost
Kickstarter.
Dragon Kickstarter. Yep.
This one I'll switch to the big camera.
There you
Very cool. And well done for painting it.
It's gonna be awesome.
And then I need an initiative for everybody. By the way, I hope you all know I'm not pulling
He was way
punches.
back
I'm not
there.
fudging dice in either direction tonight. This is
go. Here's what it is.
This is what it is. Yep.
So that's a.
I love the slamming of the paw and Tavish is just like whip out the gun like don't step closer. This is a gun and you're just a dragon. So your potion of lightning resistance just gives you resistance to lightning damage. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Brom.
Okay. I am an 8.
8.
Total.
Thornock. Tavish.
16.
Thornock. Initiative. Still there? Did he just miss all that?
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
It should be pointed out to everybody joining us from home that the party is rather tapped out on spells and abilities. However, I will remind my players to look over their character sheets and see what else they might have available to them besides spells.
Yeah.
Now, Akia, what is your dex?
+2. 14.
Okay, you will go right there.
Alright. Got my lightning resistance assigned.
Well, in a show of amazing speed and talent, Thornock, you are the first to go.
Nice.
And then I'm going to do my usual thing and attack it.
Okay, so what was that first part you kind of cut out?
I want to rage.
Okay,
Roger.
let's get a turn counter started for his rage.
You're also pretty far away, just so you know.
No, do you want to
Is that
use that
far
dice as a turn?
Yeah, you
for his
are.
rage?
Let's see how far we are here.
Closer. Can see it right here.
Perfect. That way we just know when his rage is done.
Okay. You can see.
Oh my gosh, guys.
So if I move
You're about 160 feet away from the dragon at this point, and about 20 feet down from where his position is.
Would I have known that I was that far away? Because I have no perception of that as a player.
Yeah, no, you would have known. Like, you can see him on the other side of this village.
To rage.
You're not going to rage?
I think
I want to be closer.
I think you're
Okay.
the likely one to.
Yeah, is it Fletcher?
Okay, you can go ahead and what would you like to do instead?
You have a 9.
That way I can just.
I'm going to look at the party and pretty much tell them go.
Anybody
I'm gonna
have
go
a
down.
response?
So, I'm
Hey,
sorry. I missed-
Thornock, if you want to get closer, we might have some diamonds that we got last time.
teleportation diamonds. Don't forget.
That's
We
right.
all have 2.
Yep.
Is it a bonus action?
Oh,
Yes, you said it was a bonus action.
So you wouldn't be able to
I'll
rage.
pull it real quick, yeah.
But
Well, you could use your action for it, I guess.
Teleportation diamond.
If that's the
Bonus,
case,
bonus
you would
action
just
teleports
dash.
to 30 foot
Yeah,
slides.
bonus action to teleport 30 feet.
Yeah.
So Thornock basically says that he's going to go, like he's going to go after it.
okay.
Go get him, big guy.
okay. I just double dash, start running down
Okay,
So
what's
you
your
go-
what's your speed?
40, right?
40, so I can make 80 feet.
So that's 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay.
Okay. So Thornock just starts running halfway across the path, and then we move on to Tavish.
I'm gonna delay. Can I do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna delay.
I think I can't remember if delaying.
I'm basically like making sure I'm fully loaded
Okay.
on that.
So what you can do, there's 2 things you can do. You can ready an action for a specific trigger.
I want to delay to go after someone else.
You want to delay to go after
Is that
somebody else?
possible?
Yes, I believe it is. Yes, if not, it is now. So
Okay.
I'm not pulling punches. That seems logical to me.
Okay.
Once again, not pulling punches.
I basically say I need a second while I'm fiddling with my gun.
Alrighty.
I'm doing some
So we will
tinkering.
we'll pop you out of the initiative for now. Akio, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple steps over. I'm gonna say, Taps, you ready? And I'm gonna cast haste on him.
Okay. So basically, I hold my gun up to you, and you infuse it with some energy.
So
Alrighty.
that's my last 3rd level spell.
Nice.
And that's your action.
Yeah.
Would you like to continue moving?
Yeah, and then I'll just finish. So that was 5. I'll just go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll just get right up close to that door. Do you need the haste stuff, or?
I'll just grab it here. It should be in the book.
All right. Are you going to take your turn now?
Yep. Basically, that's what I was waiting for.
+2 to AC, advantage on dex, additional action on each of your turns. It lasts for. It's concentration.
Is it just advantage on dex?
It's concentration for you or me?
For me. Advantage on dex saving throws and gains an additional action.
Here's your ring for you. I got you. You're concentrating now.
Ring of power.
The ring of power.
Once the spell ends, it can last up to a minute. Once the spell ends, you have to take a round out as you're overcome with lethargy. But
Okay.
I've
Double action.
more than makes up for it. Yeah.
My gun misfires.
Yeah.
So the cool thing is I get another action.
Yeah.
So I can.
So you just go like full like.
Yeah. As I'm just walking.
Exactly. that was the intent.
The hero.
And then doubles my speed.
You
said?
Doubles your speed. Yeah, so you can get everywhere.
So
Can I double my speed again? Does it stack if I click my boots? Will it double it even more since I'm hasted?
There's nothing in the book that says that it doesn't double your speed again, or that they don't stack. So, yes.
Okay, I'm just looking at this.
You're not playing your speedster superhero.
No, I would be around the world if that was the case. So I go there. That puts me 36. Ooh, close. Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action then.
Okay. Clicky clicky.
Click click.
There's no place like right over there.
Let's go.
Ready, go.
Oh wait, no, I already used it. Never mind.
You already used that for today?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I used them. Yeah, because I have to take a
long rest. Okay.
So I can use my action as a dash. Correct.
You can use one of your actions as a dash, or you can use your bonus action to
Can I use the hasted
eat a
action?
diamond or whatever you want to describe that as.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But doesn't haste also double your movement
Yeah,
anyway?
haste double,
Yeah.
so you get
I-
60 right off the bat.
Yeah, and I figured that out. So
Okay.
I am going to
What's your gun's range?
80.
80. Okay.
So that is actually, let's see, that's 30, 60. Yeah, I'm like
You can go
I'm
90.
like 60 or too short.
You can go 90 this turn if you use a diamond.
Okay, I'm going to use diamond, so that's my bonus action.
Okay.
And I will go.
So Tavish takes this diamond and he kind of spins it between his fingers like somebody would, like a gunslinger would a coin or something, and he just disappears and reappears 30 feet ahead.
Right up there.
And then you kind of just run.
And I'm now, yep, I'm in range. Okay.
And I do like the idea that as you're doing this, you are firing. Like as you're walking, you are literally.
Yeah.
Fanning the hammer.
So yes, pretty much. So go ahead and make your 4 different attacks, sir.
I'm gonna use my inspiration
Okay.
so that I
Get
get
advantage
advantage.
on the first one.
Yep. So that is a 29
That'll hit.
to hit. $18 damage.
18.
And inspiration only lasts once, right?
Yes, inspiration is only once.
25 to hit.
That'll hit.
18 damage again.
Okay.
Okay, and then using my hasted action to take a... I can do a double, right? 2 actions per... Yeah, 2 attacks per action. Okay.
Yes.
That's 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
Not as much. 12 damage.
Okay.
And then the last one is a 26 to hit.
That'll hit. So again, Tavish comes in and he just drains most of the clip into this dragon. That kind of like brings his paw. He's not really sure like what's hitting him. He's never seen a gun before,
Yeah.
but it it's definitely like piercing through his
And that's
eye.
11 more damage.
That's 11 more damage.
Nice.
So I'm down to 2 bullets. Use the dice.
And then you have to spin a bonus to reload.
Yeah. Bonus action.
Not bad.
It's not bad. Down to 2.
Okay, and
Yeah, so I run forward and then come to a halt and I go and then roll the diamond like between my fingers and then blink forward basically and then bam 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 bam.
nice. Okay, and then at the end of your turn, he's going to take one of his legendary actions, and he basically just beats his wings, super quick, super hard, and then he can move 40, and he'll land here.
That's 50 or 45.
Okay, back him up one. Okay, so he lands right there, and then it is his turn.
Oh crap.
He's going to attempt to recharge his lightning breath because he used it on Ari's attempt.
And all this. All this fire.
He does not recharge his lightning breath. So he is just going to
Performance
rear back.
anxiety, eh?
He's just going
Don't
to
worry,
rear back
back
and
that
let
roll.
out that draconic roar that reverberates through everybody. So everybody within 120 feet of him needs to make me a wisdom saving throw.
How far is that?
Haste is on dex saving throws, right?
Yes.
How much? 150 feet?
120.
120.
Ooh!
Oh, lucky.
So
Four of those.
Thornock and
Four of those,
Tavish.
technically.
Okay, then we'll do that. Maybe we'll be
Okay. Wisdom save.
Yep.
That'll
just
12.
to be 100% sure. Oh no, never mind. I miscounted. We're definitely both of us are in range.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
These are
These are
these
30.
are
Yep,
accurate.
so let's go ahead and get a wisdom saving throw from each of you.
And this is against magic.
This is against.
Would it be considered magic? Because I have advantage on wisdom saving throws against magic.
No, it's a frightful presence.
Okay.
It's a frightening effect.
Actually,
frightening.
Fear effect? Do you have something against fear
Let's
effect?
see here.
I do. I just.
You said it's a
Thornock, what is
wisdom
your
save?
roll? Yes.
Is this would this be counted as a spell? Is this magic?
No.
No?
This is a dragon's ability.
This is. I got 11, so I'm
11.
pretty sure I failed.
22.
22. Okay, Akio's
Is
fine.
lightning breath like a spell?
No, these are
it's
like
spell
innate
ability.
magical
Okay.
abilities. Thornock, what'd you get?
I got a 22.
Okay. So anybody who got below a 17, you are frightened for 1 minute. So you have to spend your turn running away from the dragon, basically. And then at the end of each of your turns, you make another saving throw to try and beat and fight through this frightful presence.
Once we do, if I can remember correctly, can we be frightened again, or is it a certain cooldown period on frightening?
It's 24 hours. So if you have made your saving throw, you are immune for 24 hours.
Okay, so it's not like, oh crap, I'm feared, and then we're feared for 10 turns. We finally get out of it, and then boom, we're feared again.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not like that.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
And that is actually it for him because he cannot get. Actually, no, he can move. Silly me. But he's not going to. Well, no, he'll move up to Thornock. He sees that Thornock is still standing defiant, and he roars.
How many can he move?
He can move up to 80 feet. So.
Okay.
Or he can move up to 40 feet, or he can burrow up to 30 feet. So I think he's good.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. And he'll just land right in front of Thornock, and you can see its maw kind of open up, and all this kind of drool as it's barreling down on you. But I don't think Thornock really cares. If I know Thornock, and I think I do.
Hold still, I'm gonna punch you.
Brom.
All right. First and foremost,
Braves for Robin.
braves, Robin. I would like.
I'm like bam, 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 bam.
I want to use.
Oh shit!
I want to use my bonus action to begin.
I pissed him off. Crap.
I'm trying to find the name of it here. Counter charm. Being frightened or charm. Okay. I want to do counter charm. I'm going to start. I'm going to pull out the
Okay, that doesn't require an action, does it?
as an action. It is an action.
Okay,
So I'm using my action to.
Because I believe
Begin
frightened
playing.
means that you have to take your action to run away from him.
You don't take your movement to run away from him?
No. I think it says that you take your action.
Creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear, but I don't think it has to run away from it. At least according to the little
Let me
chunk here.
let me take a look before I confirm that or deny it. Frightened. The frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while on the source of its fear in line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm thinking turned.
So we don't actually are
Yeah,
forced to
turned.
run away.
You're not forced to
We
run away.
You just can't run
closer.
towards
Just
it.
too scared to
Closer.
get
You're
in.
basically edge the thing or run the other
And
way.
now you're disadvantaged on
Yeah.
those.
So
Until we do our saving throw.
Yes, advantage.
I'm gonna start playing on it,
End of your turn. Yeah.
and the only person in range that's gonna be in effect is Akio. But for until the end of my next turn, we both have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Okay.
So that's my action.
Uh-huh.
And basically, I'll shakily start playing the immigration song.
That's how it goes. Okay. Alrighty.
And then
Does that affect you as well?
yes.
Okay.
And then my bonus action is everyone within 30 feet of me.
This doesn't count as being charmed, right?
No.
This is right. Yeah.
Frightened.
Right.
So I'm
Frightened is
going
different than charged.
Just make sure. Going
Yeah.
through all my stuff.
right. So then I'm gonna use my bonus action. Question mark. Let me see. Nope. And then I'll use my bonus action to use a bardic inspiration. I want to make sure that I have any left. I know I used them in one of the fights, but I'm not showing any uses here. We haven't had a long rest. We didn't have a short rest either.
You had a few. You did use a few in the tower.
And I used some in the tower.
Yeah.
So
I thought you. So
I
you
think
don't see any more?
no, it says that I don't have any use.
Oh, really?
So I don't know why it's not. I'm fairly certain I've used them all, so I'm not going to.
Okay.
Bonus action spell.
Yeah, I know you've used at least 2. I remember 2 from last game.
I know I used Hexblade's Curse because that's still marked off,
Yeah.
and that's a short rest. So somehow my bardic inspiration got reset.
Didn't you? Did you guys have a short rest after the Ifrit fight? I thought you guys took a short rest.
Yeah, we took a short rest.
Yeah, we
Then that's why I have my bardic inspiration back. Okay.
Okay, because it's restored at a short rest.
Yes, same with the
Okay.
Hexblade's Curse. And then so a bonus action. Then I'm going to use Hexblade's Curse on. Nope, never mind. I have to be within 30 feet. I will not use that. I will just simply. I'll cast Dragon's Breath on me.
Bardic Inspiration says that it refreshes after a long rest.
Is it a long rest?
Yeah.
Let's see, actions, equipment.
Is that a Warbard thing?
Bardic Inspiration, or you regain any expended uses when you finish a long rest.
Is that long rest? Okay, let's see. I know the.
Freak. Every single one of my scrolls is a concentration.
Those features.
You guys have to have a few scrolls.
Well, mine shows
I do, but they're
uses per
concentration.
short rest on mine. I don't know why.
That one
Weird.
probably
Like
won't
slash
even work on it.
Short rest. So I don't know. It's a this one. That's Player's Handbook, page 53, right?
Concentration.
Yeah.
Concentration.
Yeah, and I wonder.
So I wonder if
there's
it's either a bug in theirs or
That was what
What's
I
your-
got
what's
for-
your Bardic
for
college
so
again?
much better. There
the
was
College
none
of.
you had
What are
know,
it called?
dailies
The
Lore,
Lore.
yeah.
Lore.
counter powers that would wear
Lore.
out. They couldn't just keep using, but there was no like you had to concentrate.
So it doesn't tell me, like, I'm trying to tap on it to see if it tells me why.
Font of Inspiration. Beginning at 5th level, you regain all expended uses of Bardic Inspiration when you
There it
finish a
is.
short or long rest.
Okay, there it is. There we go. Alright, so.
Rules lawyer.
Sorry.
I rules lawyered myself.
It's okay. It's helpful that
In our favor.
it's helpful.
Thank you.
It's better to help for to understand it than to,
Told you.
to not.
Playing fair tonight. I mean, I always usually play mostly fair, but like
You're
I
pulling out all
literally-
the punches. You're just gonna roll in front of the tower.
I can.
So I'm gonna cast Dragon's
I will
Breath.
send them right out.
Dragon's Breath on me
Oh,
as a
just
bonus
do one.
action. So I'll pull out the little thing.
Just hit the house. Don't roll that though.
Sorry.
Don't roll that good.
I'll pull out the thing and I'm gonna use acid damage as the, I guess, declared value. So it'll
This
come out and
sounds
start
good.
dripping, and be like all
Okay.
like acrid.
yeah.
And then
Alrighty.
that's the end of my turn. I'll use the rest of my movement to scoot to Akia because I can go this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, and make your saving throw.
Okay.
Your Wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Yeah. That's 8 alone. 18 plus -1.
That's good. -1?
17.
That is exactly what you need,
17.
sir.
So at this point, I'm like, okay, I feel good about this. And so I'm like,
Yeah. Alright. That brings us to the top of the round. Thornock, there's a dragon barely... Oh, wait, sorry. Before that, at the end of Brom's turn, the dragon's going to take a legendary action and make a tail attack against Thornock.
Gotta try.
Whoa!
I mean, question, do you guys want me to roll in front of you tonight?
You do whatever you want. I don't care.
Fair and balanced?
I am a...
Yeah, whatever.
I
You know
trust
that I'm
you.
fair.
I trust you.
That's a 58 No, I'm just kidding. It's only a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
That is going to be 14 bludgeoning damage as it basically
what we were
whips
missing,
its
yeah.
tail around and slams it into you.
Want me to grab those Cheetos?
How much bludgeoning damage?
Which are also yours.
How much bludgeoning is it?
14. Oh, actually, you know what I would
14.
Yep, 1 4.
a couple of your need sticks. Sure. 1 4.
Yeah, just chopping it
Okay,
out.
perfect.
Just one fall.
And then it's your turn.
I would like to rage.
You are now raging, sir.
Rage.
I am going to make 2 attacks.
Okay.
The first one is a natural 20.
Okay. Natural 20 is a good place to start.
Alan?
Yeah.
Press it.
Thank you.
Press it.
I'm okay right now, but thanks.
Time for, what is it, like, what did we decide it was? 4d12 worth of damage?
Oh crap.
Yeah.
These are the offerings to
The dice.
the dice gods.
Sacrifice.
Down.
Total of 33 points worth of damage.
Can you print this?
Okay.
You bought a resin printer. Which one?
The photon.
Nice. You can go for the S.
Next
Go for
attack.
Photon S.
No, this one was just the one that was on sale for.
Second one to hit is a 26.
That'll hit.
That's daring. Is that your first print?
That was my third print.
That's daring to print.
I printed at a 50-degree angle.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
So you got a little bit of lines, but it's from Apex.
And that's kunai.
Did my second one hit?
Yes, your second one hit.
Okay. So 20 points worth of damage.
20.
Surprised how durable.
Okay.
Like,
Is that
I
everything?
bet it'll snap if I put enough pressure, but
Yeah.
I use flex resin.
At the end of your turn, he is going to make another tail attack against you.
Especially for those.
yeah,
And he rolls a natural 1.
shock resistant.
So he brings his tail around again, but this time you're ready for it and you just leap right over.
Strength. Like, they're really hard and
Okay.
still.
Okay.
You are fine, right? You
Is it
get,
him?
No, because I jump down.
purposely- okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm there permanently.
Okay.
Unless I go around the horn, right? Just keep passing until I get back to the first.
Gosh.
That's not really how that works, but okay.
I really don't have a lot of stuff. I'm gonna spend my
there's
last
Syria-
spell slot,
Syria Blue.
and I'm gonna cast
There's a
Fireball, 4th level.
Okay.
I'm just gonna curl one over at him.
So he has to make a saving throw.
Yeah, it's a dex of 17.
He makes it.
9,
Well,
D6.
he uses one of his legendary resistances to make it.
Okay, so he's gonna take half damage.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Wow.
2, 4, 30, 36, 40. 46 damage. I rolled so many sixes.
Wow.
46 damage.
So,
Dang, girl.
That was amazing. Yeah, so 23 half. Good thing. Woof. Okay, and then I will spend my movement. I'm going to actually come back to 15, 20. And I'm going to, can I bonus action give him the blue dragon mask? We'll keep this thing. We'll keep this thing moving around so we
Yeah,
can.
sure.
So the dragon doesn't have it. Yeah, I'm gonna just be like, your turn, and hand it to you,
Okay.
and then I'll turn around and spend the rest of my movement. So that was 20.
I'll have it like hanging off the top of my head like
30 or 20. Yeah, so that's as far as I can go.
this. Is it like?
Yoo-hoo.
How does it adhere to
I'm
someone's
right in
face?
front of you.
Can I like do the whole like kabuki mask sitting on the
it's
side?
like-
of
It's
my head?
supposed to.
Yeah, sure.
It
I
might
just
be
wanna
huge
have it, like,
on your
sitting-
Think
face.
of like the top half of a dragon's head.
It might be huge on your face,
yeah.
but
Okay, so
if you
so I'm gonna
attune
have it
to
on.
it or whatever, it'll.
I'm not gonna. I can't actually use it, but I'm gonna have it on just to mock him.
Okay. And then at the end of your turn, he's going to make another tail attack against Thorn.
Sorry, or not.
And he rolls a 30 to hit this time. For another
Yeah.
17 piercing damage, so 8 piercing damage to you. Wait. What?
Not that I'm raging.
Yeah, 8 because you're raging. Alrighty, Tavish, it is your turn. You are frightened out of your mind. This dragon is a lot closer than you expected it to be.
As an action, I reach into one of my pouches and I pull out a little figure. And I whisper to it. Oh gosh, what's the freaking name? I go, Edro. And then I toss it out and it transforms into a boulette.
Roulette.
And I tell it, attack.
Okay.
And it dives, it does its burrow thing and then pops up right kind of behind it.
Okay, so it'll take its action at the end of your turn. Basically, its turn is right after yours. And then you have one more action, sir. You are still hasted.
Ooh, actually, can I count that as a 15-foot leap? I'd rather do that rather than burrow.
Mhm.
Because he has a deadly leap. So, let's see. That'll be its action. Basically, it hasn't moved yet, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I still have a hasted action. So, no, I'm going to use my bonus to reload.
Okay.
4 more in. And then I'll use my hasted action to attack, which is disadvantage.
Yes.
15.
15 will miss.
One more time. Crit fail.
Okay. So your gun jams on that second one, and you have to spend a moment to clear it.
Yeah. So, and then I'm gonna make mine. Is it a wisdom saving throw
Yes,
again?
you will make a wisdom
You
saving
have
throw.
advantage.
Nope, he doesn't.
Does it haste?
30 feet. 30 feet.
Mine won't. It has to be within 30 feet.
Didn't haste give you advantage on wisdom? Oh, it was on Dex.
Dex.
Never mind.
Dex.
My bad.
12 again.
12 again. Okay, you are still frightened. Your
Can
bullet.
I still move?
Just not
I can
forward.
still move, but
Yeah, you can move.
You just can't move towards him.
You can move this way.
I'm gonna move
In
back
your
kind of
range.
behind these burning piles here.
Okay.
Just like right there.
Okay. Now your bullet's turn. So it's
So
gonna
it'll do
move.
its deadly leap attack.
Okay.
Which basically leaps from where I toss it on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And it uses an action, lands on its feet in a space that contains one or more other creatures. Each of those creatures must succeed on a DC 16 strength or dex saving throw. Target's choice, so
Okay. Uh-huh.
whichever. Or they're not prone. So basically, he's trying to slam into the side of it. Is what he's trying.
The dragon digs in and it slams in, but it has no effect.
Okay. It does take. Let's see, half damage, isn't knocked prone, and is pushed 5 feet. Actually. Okay, so let me do the damage real quick.
Does it need to make an attack?
This is part of it. This is it. This is the attack. Basically, it does damage, and then it says on a successful save, creature takes half of the damage.
Okay.
So that's 2 6s.
Nice. The dice have been good to us today.
And then another 6. So that's 18 plus 4, 22 22 bludgeoning damage. So
Okay.
half that. So 11 bludgeoning damage. Plus 3d6 plus 4 slashing damage. So that's 5, 9, plus 4, 13. Half that 6. 6 slashing damage.
What was the first one again?
11 bludgeoning
Plus 6 slashing.
6 slashing. Yeah, and he isn't knocked prone, but he is pushed 5 feet
Just from being
sideways,
slammed
just
into.
from being slammed into. So the bullet lands right there.
Do we know?
Well, you did mess up a line of sight attack, I think, so that's kind of good. If you did a straight bolt, you knocked him out of the way, which is
Oh,
nice.
Did you do your thing with?
I just like they did
finding
this,
out what
like,
kind it was.
This
No.
he's a big
He
metal
didn't.
construct, right? He just kind of and just slams
into
into him. Doesn't knock him over, but
He's big,
pushes him back.
but
Yeah, because
in
that
comparison-
is actual size. They are
Yeah, in comparison,
large.
he's
Sorry,
he's
large.
decent size.
Alright,
but
so
he
it
don't
is going to
rat.
start its turn.
But
uh,
he's made out of metal.
Trying to recharge its dragon's breath.
Just don't touch him. And
It does not recharge its dragon's breath.
He'll just go to 400% like Iron Man.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that was unexpected.
Look at that. Oh, you gonna beg? Yeah, you are. Oh. Here. You have the growth in peace. Good.
Colby, when you watch this later, I don't want to hear anything about focus fire because there's only one guy.
I'm gonna turn and shoot a civilian. Perfect. I'm now on your side.
We're trying our best. Okay.
Do I see anyone wearing purple?
Okay, so it's going to make
Some random girl in a flower dress. Like, that's a cultist!
the first one's going to be a bite against Thornock. That is a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, the next one is a claw attack at a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
And the second claw attack is higher, so I'm going to go ahead and roll all the damage together here. Oh. As part of that, it does use its frightful presence again, so your Boulette needs to make me a saving throw, please.
I need what?
A wisdom saving throw. Or be frightened.
It's a robot. Does that count? Does that matter?
No, not in this
Does
case.
it get advantage?
Nope.
Okay, 6.
6. Okay, the Boulette is now frightened.
Then it runs into it, and I was like, oh crap! This is a lot bigger than I thought
It's
it
like
was.
running into a brick wall.
So that's 21 cut in half, 10 slashing damage total. And then it is Braum's turn.
Cool.
Cool. One question I have. This is side related. The Fang of the Fate Weaver needs to be attuned, or because I'm a warlock, it doesn't. Because in here it shows that I need to be attuned. That's why my damage and stuff was sideways.
I think I did require attunement for
Okay.
it.
Then I took off my luck stone,
Okay.
which was the +1 to everything, and then replaced it with Fang of the Fate Weaver.
Mhm.
So I will. At this point, I finished playing my song. I'm gonna throw the thing around behind me, and then I'm going to do the most epic sprint with tiny legs you've ever seen. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Wait, no, 25's right here. So then I'm going to 10, 15, 20.
Would you like a
35, 40,
30-foot range?
50, 55, 60. That's 60 feet away. I'm trying to see on the you said it was a bonus action for the diamond?
Yes.
Makes it easier to go.
I'm going to use the diamond to get just within range.
So from you sling
this is
your
10?
you sling your
30,
loot over
30.
your shoulder, and you pull out the dagger. I'm assuming you're doing that as well.
Yes.
So you start running, and about when you get to maybe about your limit, you reach into your pouch and you toss up the diamond. And you just cut it in half with
Okay.
with
Slice
the
it.
blade.
Nice.
And you just
And
Bam.
I'm going to be right here, 5, 10, 15. Boulette's there, but I'm going to touch it anyway. I'm going to shoot it at this guy anyway. Like that.
okay.
And then I'm going to. This is the acid damage.
Okay.
It's going to need to make a dex save against the breath attack.
All creatures?
All creatures, including the boulette.
It does make it save by using a legendary resistance instead of its natural one.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's going to
only,
be
only 11 on
46.
the roulette. It just basically.
So he'll take
lowers
half
you.
damage. That's a 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 total.
12, and that's cut in half.
12 total.
Okay.
That is not cut. So 12 total is 6 cut in half. Acid damage.
Okay.
And then I will use my Bodic Inspiration to turn over my shoulder, and I'll call back to Tavish and be like, "It's not that bad. Come on, you've got this." And I'll use my Bardic Inspiration so you can.
D8?
D10.
D10.
Add that to your
Alright.
wisdom.
At the end of Brahm's turn, it's going to take... Lennithon's going to take a legendary action, but this time it's going to do a wing attack. So each creature within 10 feet of the dragon must succeed on a DC 20 dexterity saving throw.
Good. You're just outside it.
So,
You're 5 feet
Thornock,
outside.
that's you, and
Boulette.
that's
Boulette.
the Boulette.
Yeah.
Baby Boulette.
I better roll a 20! I rolled a 6!
He's like,
saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
And what does this do?
You take some damage and you're not...
I rolled 13.
Okay, so you're both going to take this damage and you're both knocked prone. 14 for the Boulette, 7 for Thornock. And you're both on the ground now. And then it's going to use half of its flying speed to go 40 feet this direction, diagonally, up and away,
Okay. So it's going...
towards me. 8. And it is starting to fly. It basically takes off and starts backing away from this whole area. Just put it on a haystack.
giant haystack.
Now, because it does leave the threatened area, Thornock and the Boulette do get an attack of opportunity on it. However, you are both at disadvantage because you are prone.
Oh, pro.
Okay.
Well, the Boulette's frightened, but
Is that double disadvantage?
I don't think there's such a thing. Automatic.
That would
suck.
So I rolled a dirty 20.
That's your lowest roll.
Yeah, I rolled an 8 and an 18.
Okay, you still hit.
18.
18 misses. Yep.
16 points of damage.
Okay, 16 more points of damage.
Question. Bardic Inspiration can only be used by the individual or entity that it was cast on, right?
Correct.
It cannot be transferred to. Okay. No. Just question. Just curious.
Alrighty, and then it is Thornock's turn.
Just Scurious. Scuriouser and Scuriouser.
Disadvantage.
No. I already have
so
it.
I'm gonna click my boots of flying.
Okay.
2 negatives make a positive.
You have to spend half your movement to stand, by the way.
Okay. Half my movement.
Yep.
Bonus action. I'm gonna drink of healing. Hold on, let me tell you which one.
You can keep that. Okay.
I'm gonna do my potion of healing.
Okay.
That's free.
That's a bonus action for you.
I'll heal for that in a minute.
Okay.
Do you have to attack something or to receive damage to keep your rage?
No.
Because you can attack the Boulette.
Yes.
You can attack the Boulette if you want.
Wait, you do have to
I
attack?
am gonna actually
That turn it has
throw
to
a
have to either
regular
take damage or do
javelin
damage.
He's gonna throw it
at
down.
the dragon.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack, sir.
You do one of those like... like...
Yeah, like he's got it in his teeth and he's like, ah. Pull a Daniel Radcliffe and shoot a spear out of his mouth.
What level are you guys?
13.
13.
27.
13?
27 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh look, this house is no longer on fire. It doesn't have a roof, but...
11 points of damage.
Burn to the baby burn.
11? Okay.
That's my whole turn.
Okay. Akio, it is your turn.
Okay. Just take my movement.
Go glass cannon!
30, and then I'll.
I should point out, the
Dash.
dragon's not backing off and hovering above. He turned and he's fully running that way. Flying.
Okay.
I'll,
What?
He's got his cloaca towards us.
Yes.
Gross.
I'll dash for my action.
Okay.
20, 25, 30.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Zigzagging.
Tavish, it is your turn.
I'll go right now.
Tuck and roll, tuck and roll.
Till I get closer.
You didn't have a spell that could. You have a spell that go 180 feet.
I know.
Alright, fair enough. Alright.
I got some.
All
I
right,
got some
all
tricks
right,
up my sleeve.
I won't back.
Can trip
I won't
something,
back.
see?
I won't back.
Dominate monster.
Negative. Here's advantage. Let's see, that's 60. Oh, still barely in range.
Like the tail.
No, well, I mean his base, technically. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 shots.
Okay.
At disadvantage. 15.
15?
Yeah.
No.
14.
Okay. No.
You try it again. Just keep shooting.
Alrighty.
15 again.
You'll have to replace your clip too.
I'm already tracking it. Don't worry. Okay.
This is round 2.
2 17s.
This is round 2, correct?
On my last shot.
3.
17 total?
No.
Oh.
29.
29.
That's my lowest.
Yeah.
And then Bardic Inspiration is on.
D10 on anything but damage.
Oh, anything but
damage.
Yep.
Damn it. I totally forgot about that.
Was an attack more important or getting rid of the fear more important?
Yeah, you're right.
That's why you
You're
forgot about it.
right. 16 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And that's out of bullets, so I'll use my bonus to reload. Go back up.
So it was 16.
Yeah, 16 damage. And then I'm gonna make my wisdom saving throw with Bardic Inspiration. Do I roll at the same time?
Yeah. Or you can roll the first one and then add the bardic inspiration.
You got a whopping 10.
With your
With the Bardic, yeah, with Bardic Inspiration
Wow.
and everything, yeah. Terrible.
Alrighty.
I need what, 15?
5.
To be unfeared. Unfeared?
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Oh, well, I got 10.
That was
Again.
with Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah. I roll a 5 and a 3.
Okay. Lennithon's turn.
Yeah. I open with this awesome round of like super high roll, super high roll.
Well,
super
you'll be
high roll,
happy to
super
know
high
he
roll.
still does not recharge
Oh,
his breath.
good.
And he is going to move 80 feet up and out and head even further out and into the sky, avoiding you and the castle as he runs away.
I can still get to him.
Yeah, no, he's not getting out of here.
So he is now actually he's using his dash action and he's going 160 feet.
I can
away.
still get to him.
Really? Okay.
I can still get to him.
Okay, so he is off the map at this point. He is 160 feet
Okay.
further and up and out.
Akio, do you want to do something stupid? Yes.
Always.
Here. I'm gonna run
Fastball
to.
special.
I want to get to him, hand him my scroll of dimension door, and be like, "You two, go!"
Alright, I'm gonna grab.
You can dimension door 300 feet in any direction, and so you basically just
Okay.
like to the dragon's back.
To the dragon's back.
Okay.
Dimension door.
Alrighty. So
Yeah, I mean,
I grabbed you. We're already going.
so the way that this has to work is Thornock will have to delay until after Akio.
Okay.
However, I believe that will cancel his rage because he has not attacked somebody
Right.
within.
Is that okay?
You lose your rage,
It's
but
either that or
we could kill the dragon.
it's either that or you get close enough to be able to go
I
with
can't
him. It's up to
fly
you.
or anything though, so if I fall
can-
off, I'm.
Can I use my? Would it be a bonus action to like hand them a scroll, or would that be a full action to hand them a scroll?
It's a bonus action.
I'll hand them a scroll, and then I'll cast Fly with the McFearden Cittern, canceling out my Dragon's Breath
Don't do it on me though.
on Thornock.
Because I'm like, no, I'm still scared.
Wait, no, I do it on Akio because Thornock has boots.
Why are we getting
There's a lot of feedback.
So sorry, what did you cast on me?
I cast Fly on you.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll take the scroll and we'll bounce right
Okay.
onto his back.
So, how far does Dimension Door
300
go?
feet.
300 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you two pop out the Dimension Door right above the dragon. Are you both flying at this point? No, Thornock didn't have his boots activated. So Thornock comes out of the portal just like lunging downward.
Yeah, I'll
And at which
I'll
point-
Naruto.
Yeah.
Naruto fly. You're like running in the air.
So Thornock, it is your turn. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw to land on the dragon at the beginning of your turn.
That's a natural 20.
I said the right person.
Okay.
Good job.
So Thornock lands on the dragon's back, and he kind of whips his head around and he goes, "What?" And go ahead and make your attack.
Come on, crit.
You gotta use the phrasing from Freddy. Freddy from Rick and Morty.
So,
Yeah.
dirty 20.
Okay.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Scary Terry.
Can I do it reckless?
Oh, you're
Absolutely.
You're upsetting scary Brandon.
So it's a 29
That'll hit.
or something.
Don't let him escape.
Cut the wing off.
I've had that spell
So,
for so freaking long.
21 points
I
of
finally
damage.
remembered.
Okay. He's still alive.
For now.
So I get 2 attacks.
Yeah, well, it's your action.
That's your turn.
Now, just to be sure, you're not adding in your rage bonus anymore, right?
Oh, I did add in my rage bonus on that one.
So how much?
So -3.
Okay. Alrighty, he's even more alive.
Second hit
Mutilate him.
9 plus 12, so
So 21.
Yo, go for his wing or something, like debilitate him.
That'll hit.
Hack the wing off.
18 points of damage.
Okay. So
Action surge.
you don't have to worry about that. So what happens is Thornock lands on Lennithon's back, grabs onto like one of the spines, and Lennithon spins his head around, shouts "What?" and kind of opens up his maw to get that lightning going. Thornock slams the axe into one of the wings, which you can hear the sickening crack as it just twists violently. And then he brings his axe around and slams it into Lennithon's jaw, and you just see it, the whole bottom jaw just rip off of the thing. It's bludgeoning damage, but it's enough to rip the bottom jaw off.
Nice.
At which point, Lennithon's
We
eyes
can make
go
a
kind
new
of...
dragon, a new blue dragon mask.
Lennithon's eyes go kind of glassy, and he just plummets. He starts falling with Thornock completely riding, like holding on for dear life as this dead dragon plummets towards the earth, probably about 200 feet towards the earth.
Oh crap.
He's gonna take half damage.
How fast can I fly? 60 feet? We're not gonna get to him.
Do you have anything left on your boots?
I think so.
We should hope so.
Let's hope.
I really hope so.
Gonna take massive
And
damage.
thus, Thornock dies.
Hey, that would be the sickest way to go out. Like, it doesn't matter.
Alright.
That'd be so awesome.
I think it's like 100 feet, 150 feet. per
DM,
round.
what's your opinion on my boots?
Have you not been tracking how much you've been using of your boots?
I used them last time for...
Trying to fly.
First time was flying to Zonthal's tower, up to it,
Attempting to.
for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How long do you have? An hour a
Yeah, so
day?
I get 1 hour a day.
We went through the maze. You didn't fly through the maze. When we got into the tower,
On
you
the
flew.
asteroid.
On the
bridge
asteroid
for
bridge.
just a few minutes.
You flew.
Well, actually, no.
During
I
the
did
retreat.
During the retreat,
fight
that
with
was
it
still only
for-
like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
So, like, you at most use half.
You might have like 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, and you do have a movement action.
Okay.
You gonna Peter Pan at the last second, or are you gonna like do the,
Yeah,
whole,
I'm
the
gonna-
How to Train Your
I'll ride
Dragon?
it out for a little...
So everybody just hears Thornock going, "Yeah!"
Ride the lightning, and I will continue playing the immigration song, like as loud as I freaking can to get people's attention. Be like, look at that!
And as the dragon is just about to hit the ground, Thornock leaps off and hits his heels together, and his boots just like let him land on the surface of the air, basically. Ooh. And there's this loud, and all this kind of dust and dirt flies everywhere.
Does he turn around and do?
There's a scared little farmer girl that's running away from this dragon.
Why is everything
Does the dragon head like up to her? She's like, ah!
Yeah.
Like,
And the tongue like lolls out and smacks her. Yeah.
It has a residual static charge.
oh, at least it's not an acid
like-
dragon.
Yeah, battery acid.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's like a 9-volt on the tongue from the tongue.
That's an encounter over, guys.
Oh.
I'm still terrified of this guy.
I know, right? You can come out now!
Yeah, the dragon.
I only got a 12.
Watching the dragon die kind of does that. So.
This isn't your first dragon. We've killed others. It's fine. You're good.
So that's a total of 3,000 experience points each for killing that dragon. For killing Lennithon.
3,000. Apply, James.
And it is also, we're going to go ahead and give you another 2,500 experience points.
5,500 total?
Yep. And that is for completing the quest of Zonthal's Tower.
Sweet. I'm putting it on
At which
R's
point,
now.
Akio, you feel a little, you feel a tingling in your bag of holding, which is very strange for you.
Buzzing.
Yeah.
You got the Peter Tingle?
I will reach into my bag of holding and
Okay.
see what's going on.
So you pull out a kind of this weird old worn scroll, and you unravel it. You open it up, and it's got a lot of like legal jargon in it. But the basic premise is this is the deed to Zonthal's Tower. You are now the official owner of the tower itself,
Oh my gosh.
and the surrounding maze as well.
Whoa.
And the town next to that.
I'm gonna hold on.
Although, yeah, it's not for the town of Zonthal's Tower. It's the tower.
Okay, I am going to tell everybody when I get back. Roll a natural one, so I have to tell.
So Thornock and Akio come flying slowly back in.
I just missed the bullet.
I'm gonna just go to Thornock and be like, we haven't gone along all the time. But that was pretty sweet. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Good
right.
work.
Ari comes up with the
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Where's
And
Ari?
we're like,
Behold
we're like, dang it,
the
Ari,
blue dragon!
You missed out on 5,500 experience points.
I will give the most bombastic, like, think Knight's Tale, the dude who's like, I'm trudging.
Chaucer.
Chaucer, I'm that kind of a thing. Like, behold, the broken spear has brought down yet another one of Tiamat's things.
Are you still wearing the blue dragon mask?
on my head and be like,
Everybody's very wary of the dragon cultists shouting about killing dragons.
let every cultist within 1,000 miles of us know that this is what's going to come to them if they ever cross us.
And
Alright,
the
don't get
townsfolk
caught.
kind of clap a little bit, but most of them are hurriedly going over to the fountain,
Putting
the
out
well,
all their
starting to
fires.
put out
Yeah.
fires.
and by the
join.
way,
Is this a well?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll run over and start.
I'll put
getting
your
buckets.
town's name in the song in
get,
case anyone
Mage
cares.
hand, like, pick it up and go dump it on.
Yeah. We will
Um,
assist. in
At which
that.
point there
I
is
care.
as a giant horn blares through the sky, and the Skyreach castle comes floating over Lennithon and kind of drops down next to it.
It's
and
cool. We got it.
You just see this like march of like 4 ogres come out, and they all start picking this dragon up and dragging it inside. And Blagothkis comes stomping out. The villagers kind of scurry and run again at the sight of a cloud giant stomping its way towards you.
I want to do a deep sweeping bow and say, Blagothkis, you have missed the most epic of battles.
Actually, I saw it from the castle, friend.
I'm so glad. Oh, it was amazing.
And quite the finish. Oh, just a second. And he whips his hand like this, and this huge gust of wind comes around and blows out all of the rest of the fires that the villagers didn't get to.
It's like 3 villagers are like,
This is the kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very well done. I was very surprised.
we are very grateful for your help there in the beginning. That could have been bad if he had gotten the jump on us. Thank you.
Of course. Happy to help. Although wish I could have done more. The castle is a little slower than I'd like it.
Well, I'm sure that if you'd like, we might be able to brainstorm some ways to improve its. We've got some tinkers. We've got some.
That's kind of you to say, but I think that my castle is a little more complex than even such fine minds as yours can comprehend.
No doubt. No doubt.
I'll
But-
drop haste on you now. So, you know,
Yeah, like I was just like shaking.
Not only are
And
you.
then all of a sudden he just like stops and like collapses to his
Not
side.
only do you have like
Classic
adrenaline,
instant roulette.
the extras adrenaline from shaking, but you're hasted, you're feared, and so you're like.
I just kind of fall backwards in one of the piles of hay.
Hey, Bales.
Oh, it'll be fine in a minute.
Well, you all look like you've been through at least one level of hell, if not more.
it's true.
I assume that you're ready to head to your next destination.
Yeah, we gotta get back to the council with this mask.
Oh, is it back to Waterdeep? I thought we were heading to...
Oh, you're right. We gotta go to the wizard.
Yes,
What was
Wizards,
the-
the wizards.
It's been a long week or day, or it seems like
It's only been a day, friend. Not even quite a day.
Not
Most
even,
of a day.
not even a long rest.
It hasn't even been a long rest yet.
Do you have anything that or anyone in the castle that might be able to help identify the properties of this document?
I mean, we can take a look at it. We don't really have too many wizards. Giants are
What
not
if
really
you,
magically inclined.
What if you sent a messenger with the mask? Ugh, I hate giving.
I know.
that
I'm
away.
like. I could,
We will
if
hang
hold
on
on. I
to
might have
this.
sending. Does sending allow you to send an item, or is it just a message?
Just a message.
So no, like.
As much as I want the council to have this and identify it for us,
Probably
best
Logofkus does not have any teleportation circles in his tower, correct? Because I could teleport it straight back to
No,
them.
we
But then I
established
would
that
have
he
to
did
get back
not.
to Faye.
Yeah, he did not have any teleportation circles.
okay, let's just hang on to it.
I mean,
The council can wait. We got business.
All right. Well, who wants to secure this and be in charge? There you go.
well,
You throw in the bag of devouring.
No
one will get it now.
Then suddenly I start hearing Tiamat's voice coming out of the bag. Oh crap! Wrong one.
well,
I'm just gonna
if
tie a
there's
bigger
nothing
knot
else,
on this.
we can head out.
Yeah.
Unless you'd like to help these villagers first.
All right.
I mean,
Where's Ari? We can't leave without her.
She came up.
She came back.
Yeah, she came up.
She's got like one arm that's dislocated, and she's just kind of like limping along.
how
when she's here.
wrecked is this village?
I mean, it's pretty wrecked.
It's dragging.
Dragon
But
attack
it's
wrecked.
like fires are down.
Is there anything?
It's kind of at the tail end of the.
Yeah, there's he blew out all the fires.
wreck. Okay,
Is
so
there anything that
it's
can
more in
help
cleanup
from
phase.
the
Yeah,
tower?
okay.
Well, I guess we don't care. I don't care. I'm chaos neutral. Never mind. Okay. Are there any damsels in distress?
No, not anymore.
Okay, I don't care.
We gotta go.
Yeah, there are more.
Unless it's
important
gold.
We can.
Can
we
we send a message to the council and tell them to send a group of people to help
Let me
these
make sure I
guys?
still have sending.
Yeah. If you still have sending, that might be a.
I don't think I do though.
No, we can always.
How far is it from this town? From Zunthel's Tower? Like, is it, like if we were to send a manual messenger from this town to go, how long?
A couple
would it take
days probably.
A couple days.
It took us a couple days.
Because I
to
think
get
it took
here.
us a couple
Yeah.
days by air on the castle, so
on the
it'd be-
castle. But the castle doesn't move super fast.
Oh,
Maybe-
faster than horse.
Yeah. Faster than a
maybe
horse.
what, 2 or 3 times faster?
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
we
don't
can-
have it.
It's okay. It's fine.
I don't. The best
They'll
thing I
have to do.
is teleportation.
They'll
Not
have to do-
teleportation circles. The best thing.
So we can find. I want to try to find the mayor of the town or whoever's kind of in charge, and tell them if you send word to the Lords of Waterdeep, and let them know of what has transpired here, they will send aid.
And
You realize that the Lords of Waterdeep are a masked group of
The
cabalists.
open lords of Waterdeep.
You know, I say it however he would accept it. I don't remember how to.
All right.
Is
Go ahead
there
and
a
roll me a diplomacy check. or whatever.
Charisma.
Charisma?
I want to also be.
Persuasion?
I want to also be like.
Yes.
And remember, if you need anything, send for us. This town and this tower is now under the protection
I am
of the
really-
Broken Spear.
I'm really tired after that haste, and I got an 11, so I'm just like, you know what? I told you what I needed to tell you.
Is there a spear laying around anywhere?
No.
Is there a big stick?
Yeah, I mean, there's that overturned cart has
Okay.
like a broken
I'm gonna
piece
take
of
it.
wood.
I'm gonna kick it over my
There's the timber
legs,
from one of the houses.
and I'm gonna head over. How far is Saltal Tower from where we are?
Not too far.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and mount our symbol over the doorway.
Alrighty.
It's ours.
Okay.
Under the protection of the Order of the Broken Spear, here until I die.
Did you add the points for Ari as well?
I did not yet, but I can't.
55.
5,500 plus whatever last week.
You already
last
added
week.
Already
last
had
week.
last week. Yep.
All right, let's go, guys.
Okay, so you guys climb
Lady?
up into Skyreach Tower, or Skyreach Castle. Inside, you see that the giants are already, like, dividing up and skinning the dragon scales, and, you know, there's a couple of the hill giants are sharpening the claws as they, like, attaching them to the club, and there's a few of the other ones that are just, like, putting the dragon scales in, like, specific places, not really any sort of, like, this is gonna fully cover me or anything. It's just kind of like, hey, look, I'm decorated with blue dragon scales.
Can I grab a tooth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Nobody, like, none of the giants stop you. They all seem like you're free to grab whatever you want.
I want to try and get like a piece of hide to maybe tan and do something with.
Okay.
With someone else's.
Yeah.
And then,
I'll pick
Assistant.
up a couple
Thornock,
things
can you
from-
help me? I'm not very good
That's
at
like,
survival things.
Just as a flavor thing for like guild pain, basically.
Yeah.
you grab like one of the dragon's glands that
Yeah.
you're like you're pretty
The
sure this is where the
lightning
yeah.
gland.
It's like crackling, yeah.
I grab some leather gloves.
At which point the castle takes off, and you guys are led by one of the ogre servants to your individual guest rooms, and you may take a long rest.
Oh my gosh.
I am.
What was that? Like 4
You know-
encounters on a single.
Seriously, even though I'm half health, and they only rest for 4 hours, like I take the full 8.
You take the full
Yeah,
8.
because that was brutal.
Quite the day, that's for sure.
Oh.
All right, I have put her experience in.
Okay.
Before I sleep, I will spend 10 minutes bringing my cat back,
Yeah.
and then I'll fall asleep and be like, "Good kitty, good kitty." Like, I missed you.
So the journey to Thay takes another 2 days or so from where you are. So about 4 days still away from Waterdeep. It's a pretty long way to Thay.
Okay.
And you're able to rest, recover, relax. If you wanted to spend any time doing any sort of magical scroll work or magic item stuff, feel free.
I'd like to look at the scrolls that I have on page 44.11.
4411.
I don't know if that is. It doesn't say. It's early up in my notes. It might be the other one.
If it's the other one, I don't have that.
That's
book
fine.
right
We can look later. Because all the other the ones that I have, that were identified, I have those.
There is a pair of scrolls in
And-
4411 on here.
And lots of notes. It says after that. It says scrolls and lots of notes. I
Don't know
want to
about
try and see
notes.
if I can find someone to identify these things.
So again, there are no real magic users in this
Okay.
area.
Okay.
Giants are not really known for their magical prowess.
Got it.
I will check just to make sure, because there are a fair few giants here.
Okay, but
so
most of them probably
it
not.
could
Okay.
be that one of them might
No.
have an innate magical talent.
Okay. If not, I'll have that in my back pocket. I organized my notes and tried to get rid of stuff that I've cleaned it up a bit.
Well, actually, Blagakis has a little magical talent, but he doesn't have any
Identify.
sort of identify
Okay.
spell.
No worries. I'll wait till we get to a town that I can.
And neither does the storm giant, though
Thank
you don't
you.
really want to approach him.
Okay.
Like, you think about it for a moment, but he's just kind of sitting there, just and you can just see like his beard just like crackling with the storm, and you're just like, yeah, better not risk it. after 2 days, you arrive in the desert area just outside of Thay, the main city of Thay, or there's a specific place in Thay.
Is it the attire out here? Is it like super sandy? We're talking like Arabian Nights type stuff, or are we talking it's wasteland?
I believe that it is. I believe that it is kind of wasteland.
Wastelandy. Okay.
So, as a reminder, as you guys kind of refresh yourself on what this mission is, the council was approached by a red wizard of Thay named Ni Ilmich. Ilmich has extended an invitation to the council to send an envoy to Thay to discuss ways in which Thay and the Sword Coast might aid each other during the current crisis.
Is this who I think it is?
No, this is not your arch nemesis. Your arch nemesis is working for the Cult of the Dragon, which these wizards of Thay are worried about.
Yeah, these are
At least
pretending to be good.
At least according to our intel.
Insight and our knowledge, they are giving us warning and potentially wanting to work with us.
So basically, you were specifically requested to represent the Sword Coast in this meeting. After which the Wizards of Thay promised the Council of Waterdeep that you would be returned unharmed.
Okay.
They did basically a lot of extensive research, and they did a zone of truth to make sure that the Thayan emissary was not lying. But unfortunately, the area that you guys are heading to is non-negotiable. There was no like, hey, maybe you should come here. Basically, the Tharkion, which is a Thayan governor, that's what they're called. The Tharkion was unable to leave her post and required you to come to her instead.
Got it. Do we, as we land, do we see any? Are we close enough to the town to see any identifying marks that we would be familiar with, or
Checking here.
do we need to seek assistance from locals?
Well, they're wizards after all. I'm sure we can find some wizards' towers or an arcane place.
Sure.
Just a couple questions, probably.
Even if I have to waterboard someone,
Yeah.
we got
We can bring back Robbie in the jean pants if we need to.
Rally and the jean pants. So this was as big as I could print it from corner to corner.
Yeah.
This way it would have been
Your own
shorter.
thing.
So I was like going as far as I could.
So, more kind of reminder stuff, just because it has been a little bit.
Okay.
You were given specific papers that said you were on a mission
That's
from
right.
the council as you were heading into this land, and Orlanthar Leosin basically told you that anybody that you address that is important, you speak to them differentially and by title. Like, be very polite. The Thay is not a place where you make light jokes. Thay is not a place where you make light of any situation, because they are full of politics and they're full of people who are paranoid and easily triggered.
I wish I had mute and I would cast it on myself.
So you guys actually land down at the designated location that Nye Ilmich wanted you to.
Okay.
You are 25 miles away from Waterdeep, by the way.
Got it.
You are at a place called the Nethwatch Keep in the Thark of Lanpradrar, just inside the Thane frontier.
Dark. Okay.
A lot of big names.
Big names. Big place. Big titles. Seems kind of running the mill for us.
So this is.
And as you arrive, the
How do you spell the name of the place? I'm sorry.
the keep or the land.
The area and the keep.
So the keep is called Nethwatch, Neth Watch Keep, and the place is the Thark, Tharck or Ch, Tharch,
Okay.
of Lampendrar, Lapendrar.
Got it.
Lambrandar.
And as you land down and Blogothkis bids you farewell. He says he has a few more preparations to make, but he has been assured that the Thayans will teleport you back to Waterdeep when you're done. He takes off in Skyreach Castle, waving goodbye to you, and Nai Ilmich, the Thayan ambassador, comes up, and he's kind of a squat red wizard. He's got the usual bald head, tattoos. He's got that kind of like long, thin mustache and the long, thin goatee. Very Jafar-esque in that regard. And he says, "It's good to see you again, Order of the Broken Spear."
Again. Ambassador...
I mean, we
you seen
met...
him again?
We met briefly at the council, but we didn't really get to know each other. But
Ambassador Ilmitch, it is a pleasure to be of your acquaintance once again.
My lady, Lady Isildur Yeth, is inside waiting for you, the illustrious Tharkion. Is there anything that you need before we go into the audience chamber, or are you ready to go in now?
I believe that we've had some rest. We are eager to meet the illustrious Tharkion, and how do you spell her name?
Her name, Eseldra. Last name, Yeth. Yeth.
The illustrious Tharkion, Isildur Yeth, in all her grandeur.
Of course. Please, follow me. And he walks you inside, and again, you're kind of in this kind of wasteland area. You can see that there's a few kind of shambling skeletons and zombies around. They're carrying crates. They're kind of walking back and forth. They're doing menial work around the keep. And he leads you through into the audience chamber and then opens the door and steps into the room, beckoning you to follow. And as you all step into the room, you see a kind of a wide audience chamber. There are 10 other red wizards in here, and 5 pale-skinned undead that just stare at you with black eyes that Tavish, you probably would recognize. These are wights.
Ooh.
And then sitting on the throne, kind of lounging there, listening to mumblings, one sitting on the throne, one is not, or 2 women. One is clearly the Tharkion. She's got kind of that golden goblet, and she's idly listening as the other woman, which Akio recognizes, kind of whispers in her ear. They are both very pale-skinned as well, but Lilith is very easy to recognize.
Oh, snap.
And the emissary stands up, and he walks up to the throne.
Is that the one that kidnapped you temporarily?
No, well,
Yes.
I jumped and grabbed her and we portaled out.
Yeah.
And settled on a deal.
And he waits politely until there's the whispering. The whispering stops, and Lilith bows her head as Isildur kind of waves her way. And as she locks eyes with you, and she gives you one of those smiles that kind of pulled you to her in the first place.
This girl's trouble.
I will do my best to not acknowledge Lilith's existence.
Okay.
And I will put all of my exertion into bowing as deeply as I can and say, "My lady, the illustrious Tharkion, Isildur Yeth, we are grateful that you have taken the time for us to come speak with you."
It is I who is grateful for your presence in my keep. I've heard many tales of your legendary brotherhood, and I am interested to see if the rumors are true.
If they are the rumors, then they always start with some truth.
Is Lilith still in the room, or did she walk?
She's kind of hanging in the back corner, just watching.
Okay.
Yep.
Brahm has I have a vein in the top of my head, trying with my entire being not to grab my knife.
Does he not like Lilith? Like you have
Well, I don't.
And
We
have
fought her before.
we could go a hate on for her.
Yeah,
Well-
it's like that bros before host thing. Like she's
I helped her
messing with-
once a long time ago. She gave me a ring, said find me, and then the ring bit my hand and drained my blood for months, and then all of a sudden she's a vampire apparently. And yeah, that's pretty much where we ended up. Well, and then she tried to kill a village. I'm not saying this in the
Yeah.
game, by the way.
Before we
playing
go
on.
further,
Yeah, that's the one where we fought the
could you
gargoyle
provide
tower
me the
and stuff.
papers from the council?
Indeed, I will procure them. I don't know if I had them or if I already had them.
I think one of you had them.
Yeah,
So
we
we
can
procure them, and I will
hand them to one of. Are there any servants that will come to grab
Nye
them?
will
or?
take them,
Okay, so I'll
and
hand them to
he'll take them and he will hand them.
But
to
I will not
the
approach.
illustrious lady.
Like I will respect the.
Mm-hmm. And she goes over the papers, just checking everything, idly like looking between all of you. As she like locks eyes with Tavish, she tries. You can feel that kind of vampiric pull that they're always known for. Just trying to test the waters, see how susceptible each of you are to get that kind of thing.
They are my favorite enemy.
Yes, undead are a favorite enemy of yours. And she she finishes.
I think I get advantage on like charms.
I think so. I think
rough.
you get advantage
Advantage
on
on
charm
This is so rough.
from being an elf at least. So she rolls them up and she hands them back to Nye, who brings them back to you, and she says, "We find ourselves bound in common cause against common enemies. Those who sought to destroy us are in ages past now seek to destroy you. Our thirst for vengeance is strong, as is your thirst for continued life. Our enemy has become your enemy. We know their weaknesses and the ways of destroying them forever without destroying their usefulness. You have the opportunity to discover their hiding places in your struggle against their cult allies. Together, we can remove them as a threat to us both. Our agent, Nye, will return you with you to your city of Waterdeep, there to serve as our liaison to your council. When you learn of the enemy, she will relay... Oh, it's a she. Nye is a she. Correction, everyone. She will relay the means to our own. We need only find the enemy. We will deal with them, as is our custom. I am authorized by the Eternal Master Zaz Tam to say these things, for I act in his name. However, she says, finishing her prepared words that seem to be like she memorized them, she leans forward. I need to see if what you know is worth our aid.
Can I reach and see if I remember Sastam?
That
Yeah,
sounds
history
so
check.
familiar.
Oh, like I know natural 20. Plus
Zastam is the Lich Overlord, the Arch Lich Overlord of Thing.
Okay.
I will-
And so we know it's no surprise that there's a bunch of undead everywhere because he's a lich. Okay.
This is Thing.
Got
Yeah.
it.
I'll reach into my bag of holding, produce the blue dragon mask.
And like
say-
every single wizard in there, like kind of like takes a step back, like what?
Is this
We have-
knowledge that you seek to join our cause?
That's quite.
Then I will quickly put it back.
And then I will procure the Draco Lich information. I'm sure that you each have this information, but I'm willing to share some of these notes that I have ripped from the hands of the Dragon Queen herself.
So at this point, I'm going to ask each character to make a persuasion check. I'm giving you, before you do though. Okay. Nobody worships a good aligned deity. Nobody's in the title.
Closest I think to being
You
good
guys haven't made
Ari
any
is
lines.
Ari would be the only one that's. I'm chaotic neutral, and
I'm not chaotic or neutral. I'm probably.
No, it doesn't matter. Your alignment doesn't matter. It's just
Your
there's
gods.
certain bonuses and penalties if you worship certain deities.
Gotcha.
So you get a +6 on this roll.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arcane spellcasters get a +6 on this roll.
+6. Okay.
So go ahead and make your persuasion checks.
22,
20.
30.
Dirty 20. We got.
And actually, everybody gets a +2 on top of that.
19.
19.
22. 24.
I'm biting my tongue around all these undead.
24. 24.
I'm writing them all down on my list.
Oh.
33.
Okay.
23 actually. Because I forgot to have my bonus.
Thornock, what'd you get?
19.
19. Okay. So she pauses a moment and she goes, "We would be happy to accept that Draco Lich manual as a gift of goodwill."
I would be more than happy to. Would you mind if I would also receive a copy of it when you're finished? I would love to learn more of its secrets. And I offer it up freely.
And she nods to Nye, who takes the book and pockets it away. And she says, "Before you go to bed, I would like to prepare an evening meal for you, for your long journey. I have much to think about, and in the morning you will have my answer. But you are free to stay as my guests tonight in the castle.
As soon as she finished saying that, I'm looking over to Lilith.
And
to
I
have a
will
conversation.
bow as deeply as I can and say, you are most gracious, and we are at your service should you need anything.
Of course. And the whites start like bringing in a table and setting everything up, and some skeletons and zombies come in and start like setting the table. And
Like
whatnot. Mostly skeletons.
Like
Zombies
old
are
scraps of flesh like falling onto the plate and stuff, and they're like, whoa.
Enjoy. and you approach Lilith,
And I'm gonna like grab her arms so she can't walk away from me.
and she was like turning to walk out of the chamber, and she stops and she looks down at your arm and she says, "You'll remove your hand, please."
And I do, but
Mhm.
forcefully.
She doesn't leave though, and she turns to face you fully and she says, "I thought you might rush over here. How are you feeling?"
What have you done to me?
It was our deal, wasn't it? You become part of my...
After we defeat the cult, there was no mention of this party, this conversation. I had no idea you were even associated with councils and...
There's a lot you don't know about me, Akio. That would change
Seems to be
if you
true.
would have come with me like I asked.
It's not possible. The group I'm with, our cause is greater than whatever need you have.
So noble. And she like runs a hand down your cheek, like as she says it,
I'll pull away.
and she goes, "But as it stands, I can't just let you go wandering around and not fulfill your end of the bargain. Hence why I partially turned you."
Okay, I guess I can understand.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I am very busy.
Okay.
And then she goes, "Try the blood." And she just kind of walks away.
I will
Floats away.
let my cat down out of my robes.
Uh-huh.
Right. Slap her.
The cat
Keep
rolls
it.
its eyes and trots off. Yep. Okay.
Find out
So you all sit down to dinner. It's actually a very nice meal. Like there's the other wizards in here are human, the other red wizards, including I. So they're all eating normal foods, except for the Tharkion is just drinking from her goblet as well. Akio, do you partake of Lilith's recommendation? No? Okay. You just drink tasteless alcohol. That doesn't really do much for you anymore.
I will spike my alcohol with my Evermead and see if that helps.
Yeah, it's still like the problem is like you're losing your ability to get drunk. All right. After
Every
the meal,
sorority girl's worst
Should
nightmare.
if when we talked before with the emissary and kind of got the lowdown on, are they big into music or entertainment at all?
no, it all seems very formal, very
Very
quiet.
far quiet. Okay, then I will not offer to play.
Not even a xylophone is playing, which disappoints a few of the guys.
No harpsichord?
Not
No
even
harps.
a...
Because I
Ah,
mean, that's
theremin?
like...
One of the-
What is that?
There's a bard group. One of the skeletons pulls his shirt up and does a back bend. The other one plays on his ribs.
He strikes the same rib twice, but it produces two different notes.
Do I notice Brom like maybe wishing he could be playing music?
Oh
right
yeah,
now?
yeah.
Okay.
Brahm's like on an itchy, like
It's so
you
freaking
can see
quiet.
him drumming his thumbs, which is pretty loud on the. Yeah.
I'll just message him and be like, "When we get back to our room, we can have a lively time."
This is too quiet here.
Lively time.
Do I get disadvantage?
No.
Or was it a good... Yes, it was a good enough joke. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Also, his puns make the cut. I see how it is.
Because I laugh. It made me laugh in order to not get disadvantaged.
The head shake and face palm.
Is there
don't count?
anything else that anybody does before? No.
I
Is
try
there-
to avoid as much undead as possible.
Yeah.
Are there any like, just I'm very gossipy.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone talking at all that I can maybe like like politically assert myself into the situation? Say like I like to create a relationship of some kind with these other Saiyans.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, but
Okay.
with disadvantage.
18, so 8 plus persuasion.
Yep.
So that's a +9. That's going to be 17.
So, unfortunately, every time you get close to like joining the conversation, it quiets down, and the people kind of break away.
Right.
These Thayans obviously are not very trusting people. They're not that proud or happy to have outsiders within even just this border keep.
Okay.
Your cat does follow Lilith, but he quickly reaches the limit of his area and has to turn back.
Like some of my necromantic spells, I'm like, hey, I'm part of your club, kind of. I'm opposed. Come on.
Like, look at my cool dagger.
I didn't wash my hands either because I'm
I do-
evil.
I do want to, like, I guess as we're here in this town, and since there's a lot of wizards,
It's not a town. Sorry, it's just the keep.
the keep. I want to just see if there's any semblance of like, religious type folk, you know, for Saztam or whoever, to see if I can maybe gain some more information about my patron.
Okay. So here you'll find a lot of necromancers.
Okay.
And any sort of god that they worship is a god of death.
Okay.
Or god or goddess of death.
So like, is there any like libraries that I can?
There's a library within the keep that you can start doing some research on if you want.
I'm gonna maybe on the down low ask my compatriots if they would mind helping me find more information because I don't know much about her. It. They. I know it was the boy's voice.
They. Not they. They.
Have you told them exactly who the patron is?
No, but I want to give them without being like I don't know veiled. If that makes sense. Saying that, you know, she it was a boy or could I tell the tone of voice, or is it just like so nondescript? I don't even know.
Nondescript.
Okay, nondescript. I'll explain. You know, like I'll show them the dagger, of course. This is some of the identifying
I mean,
marks.
you had a few names that they went by, that they said they went by.
There was the Fate Weaver.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else?
There may have been another one.
I'll look in the thing to see. But I would just want to be like, you know, you're looking for the Fate Weaver. I don't know much about them, but apparently they live in my dagger.
They live in your dagger?
Roll a sanity check.
Failed. That's one.
I think I had too much to drink. Did I just hear that right?
Yeah, live in your dagger? Or like
I just spoke to me through.
Are
the
you
dagger.
talking like?
I was pretty drunk at the time, so granted,
And
it could have
basically both
like
of mine-
Hazaron?
Similar.
You guys made me get rid of my talking stuff.
How come you get a talking?
Nora grabs your dagger and tosses it out the window before it can do any harm.
I'll yourself.
If you want to throw it out the window, I'll let you, and then it just back to my side. I can't get rid of it. Like I don't know.
Of course I'll help you.
And I'm gonna throw it.
Yep. And it goes out the open window, and then all of a sudden it just clatters onto the table.
And I want to ask him if he wants like getting a temperature. Like, so how things go with? Do we have a problem?
No, she's just Lilith. Up to her usual tricks. Can't trust anybody. Kind of like that freak.
Well,
She's got a similar vibe.
she is undead. And you
do I
cannot
need
trust
to-
undead.
Do I need to? No, stabby stabby.
Is that your dagger to throw? Is that why you printed it?
Yeah,
Throw
that's,
my
I guess I
dagger.
should. Find thing on the table.
No, she needs to stay alive. We need to keep our political. We need to be on the good side of these politics here for the sake of the council.
For your sake and for the rest, but should she cross you in any form or fashion, I will remove her head
As
promptly.
soon as
I
we're
would,
done,
I would gladly assist in killing her.
as soon as we're done with the cult, she's got to go.
Before we have this conversation, I would like to do a perception check to make sure that we're not doing this in the presence of another person.
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check.
There's a room
Oh,
bug.
I don't even give a shit. It's to me.
You just don't like that.
My
Undead.
perception sucks. That's a 6.
I want to check to make sure I'm not getting magically spied on like a
In fact,
scry.
in fact, I start yelling. How terrible I the undead.
30.
30? There's no magical scrying going on.
Okay, we're safe.
All right. Well, like I said, we should have a safe word. Perhaps a mnemonic device to help remember it.
I am a
Pineapple?
half elf. Yeah.
Thornark, would you?
Please
You don't have the
ignore
4-hour trains.
normal.
Oh.
That's
That's not a good one.
Is that?
Right, but that's pretty much it. I just that would be my like downtime. What I would be kind of seeking out.
I mean, I still have Fey ancestry.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to the
I
library
don't think
just
your
because I
friends-
like libraries. And I want to help
I
you.
need to find out.
Half elves?
Yeah. half
Don't-
elf.
no,
Probably
don't.
No.
I probably don't then.
You need sleep.
You can take a feat. Wait, no, maybe that's warlock.
No, that's a.
It's a warlock thing, I think, because you can make it so you don't have to sleep at all ever, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
You mean Company to Warforged, like one of the best races.
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
So that night.
Transformers.
Well, actually, sorry. You wanted to do research.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a basic intelligence check, and everybody
Would be a
else
history
can.
Can I give advantage?
Well, you can do a history. Yeah.
You
You get advantage.
Can I help, like, give him advantage?
Yeah.
also?
So you guys can assist,
Okay.
and he can get a +2 bonus for each of you.
If we succeed.
And what are we rolling? Just intelligence?
You'll roll history.
Yeah. I do tell you before we start, like, I am not a researcher, my friend.
That's okay.
I'm more in the practical side.
I would like to just know more about those that I ally myself with. I don't want to have a back door into my own demise.
I keep getting distracted by all the books on, like, magical beasts and stuff.
There's a lot of books on undead in here.
Yeah.
You could probably get enough information to add another new undead to your journal.
I don't think I have any.
Oh,
I think you got a few.
25.
25. Okay. So Akio does help you.
Okay, 9, 10. That's a basic intelligence
You can do history.
or history. Okay, history is much better.
Rust monsters.
So that's going to be
Okay.
15, 16, 17,
I got vampire in here. That's right.
including his +2.
So
A ghoul.
you don't find much. You find one particular passage about the Feywild and the Feydark, which I think is the opposite of it.
Okay.
And about the different sort of like deities and Fey creatures that dwell within it.
Okay.
And one of them sounds vaguely like the Fate Weaver, but a little bit different. So you have enough information to go on now that you believe they might be Fey in origin from the way that your conversation went and the research that you did. Yeah, that's kind of a good assumption.
We should, when we get the chance, research like ancient spiders, because I mean, look at your dagger and weaver.
I could go ask my spider friend.
Fate weaver, like a
Bressa?
web weaver.
Bressa. Yep, Bressa the spider.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably some ancient
What would be a good
Wow.
Fey.
Full
I've got a ghoul
circle.
and vampire.
A white, perhaps. Yeah,
It's like episode 3.
I know, right?
definitely might be a lich.
That was like, that was when we went to the cultists. I went and talked to the
You can probably add zombies.
No, that was the
into your.
First.
That was the
second
first-
episode when we went in the tunnel, right?
That was the first that fastball special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
All right. That night, everyone falls asleep, and Tavish and Thornock in particular have you kind of groggily have this nightmare that's happened to you. You each find yourselves suspended upside down above this kind of pit of fire by chains and tentacles just wrapping around you and holding you in place, and you can see a lot of torture devices in the kind of this dungeon area, and there are several red wizards standing off to one side in cloaks just observing you as 3 more kind of move around you and proceed to kind of like secure you into place. And each of you, you're both kind of sitting there in this dream, and it feels very realistic as the one red wizard saying, "Tell us about what you think of Zaztam." And I need Thornock and Tavish to decide if they want to try and say their official opinion on Zaztam, or if they want to.
Who's Zaztam again?
He is the Lich Lord of Thay. He's the Arch-Lich, the leader, the king, whatever you want to call him.
Demigod.
Yeah. So you need to decide if you want to make a persuasion check or a deception check. Yep.
Here's how I'm going to decide.
Just right here over him.
If it's odds, I'm going to try deception. If it's even, I'm just going to tell whatever Tavish's truth would be. Okay. So that'd be Well, I guess it'd technically be a persuasion because that's the truth part of it.
Wait, so sorry. You're not trying to deceive them?
No.
Okay.
No,
You're gonna tell
that was. I just rolled for whether or not odds
Oh, okay.
was try to deceive, evens is tell the
Sorry.
truth, and
Yeah, go on.
do a persuasion, I guess. I basically like they say, Zaz Tam,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just like, but I'm upside down, so it's like,
go ahead and roll your persuasion.
okay, and then and I'm just like, basically, I'm gonna say this. Give me a minute.
Yeah, you're fine. Thornock, are you going to try and deceive or just tell the truth?
I guess I'll try to persuade,
Okay.
but I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay, go ahead.
Would that be advantage or a plus 10?
Advantage.
Advantage.
I got 17.
Okay. What does Thornock say about Zastam? What does he believe about Zastam?
Who's he? Who's he?
Okay, alrighty.
That actually might be
Zaz-
Thornock's truth.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
really know.
Could just be.
What about Tash?
From what I gather, Zastam seems to be a very powerful lord, considering he's got all of you under his thumb. And I really think you should all take a look at your convictions and see where you truly stand, because, like most undead, he will probably betray you. That's basically my full blown truth,
Alright.
and I rolled a 15 plus 7, a 20.
You just converted an entire.
So they take down notes and everything, and the observers kind of tilt their heads a little bit at the idea and murmur to one another.
But it wasn't like a, hey guys, just so you know, he might be bad. I'm like, this guy is evil because he's undead. It's just
That's what
that's what they are. I have this major. Towers has this major prejudice against undead, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. We got to do this for you guys too. Sorry.
Okay.
So
No.
so you as well have the
No.
same dream, and you get the same
No.
question. What do you think of Zastam?
Ram will answer.
Oh, and you both have advantage on these checks, by the way,
okay.
because you
Truthfully,
did really good.
So advantage on this is a persuasion check.
Persuasion or deception if
Okay.
you want to lie.
So that's a 17 plus persuasion.
I'm not a.
20.
It's funny that I have persuasion as a skill.
26 is my persuasion.
Okay.
And I guess my reply would be to that I do not know Zastown. I know that he has dealings that reach far and wide. He is very powerful. I believe he has things that many people could learn from, and he seems wise. The fact that he achieved lichdom to me is pretty crazy. I don't know that I trust him, but I know that I will trust him so long as he does not harm my friends.
Okay.
That's
And
Brahm's truth.
what about Akio?
21. And I'm gonna do deception.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, he's a means to an end, and I can work with anybody as long as we can achieve our goal.
Alrighty. So everybody gets notes taken. They kind of murmur to one another, and then the Red Wizard goes, "Who or what happened to Wrath Modar?"
That's the dude that jumped off the tower, right?
So there was one that jumped off the tower, and there's one that you killed.
Oh, was this the one in the boat and Thorn beat the living shit out of him?
In the boat.
Downstairs? That was a different
So there was
guy.
there was one that when you fought there was one red wizard that you fought that escaped, and there
Right.
was another red wizard that you fought in the courtyard.
In Zonthal's tower?
In this was Skyreach Castle. This was before you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There was one guy who got escaped with the orb of you can't touch this,
and
Oh,
we killed another guy. That was right after we killed. That's right after we killed Resmir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So, and who's the question to?
It's to everybody. This is to
For
everybody.
my response would be, I don't think we knew his. I don't think I knew his name. I think we knew the guy who Thornock was after, and that's not his name.
You know what? Where is my other book?
It might have been. Where did you put
If that's the one, I mean, I'll explain it to the fullest of the. You know,
The only thing I moved was the back.
we encountered them. They were
How about right here?
we encountered them. They
Wasn't
were
me,
working
I
with
didn't do it.
They were working with the cult. They were a threat to both you and I, and we expended one of them, and the other one escaped.
If they ask everyone, I'm just like, was he another undead? Because if so, I hope he's dead. Like dead, not undead, dead.
Not undead.
Actual dead. But I don't know. I don't have any idea who he is.
Let's see. If that's the one that Thornock would know, Thornock would know him because he's this high.
Yeah.
Rathmodar was the one with the staff of fire.
We killed him.
Yeah, because I have the staff of fire.
Yeah.
Shit! I got the
We-
staff.
We killed him, but again, I'm
happened.
gonna spin this as hard as I can in the favor of he was working with Tiamat and her followers. He was not true to Saztam.
Okay.
And we eliminated him.
Okay, so that's what you say. Thornock, what do you say?
It's ditto to what he.
Well, so you're on your own. You didn't hear what he said. Thornock didn't.
I don't know. I'm Thornock. I don't know. Here.
It wasn't the guy that.
Plays dumb.
It was originally the guy that captured his
Yeah.
your love, your mate, your.
Oh, I murdered him.
What do you say?
I'll say, if I remember right, he was working with Severin, I believe was the other guy's name.
Okay.
And they were working with the cult, so they
Advantage
were our
on your
enemy.
next roll. I'm just kidding.
They were our enemy. And,
I don't even have that in my notes.
oh, do I tell him about the staff? Nope, I don't tell him about the staff.
Okay. And then Tavish.
What I said, literally what I was.
Yeah. Don't know.
I was like, I don't know him, but if he's undead, I hope he's dead.
Okay. So that sounds like persuasion from everybody. Advantage for the two spellcasters again.
Not advantage, just for actually not knowing, like being fully truthful.
Actually, yeah. I mean, advantage for you on
Because I'm
that,
like,
this particular
I
one. Yeah.
really have no
Is
idea.
there any
who this guy is.
pluses to this, or
Nope.
just the advantage?
This is just advantage.
And this is persuasion.
Yep.
21.
21,
15 total.
12,
15 total.
15. And Thornock, what's your persuasion?
It was a 10.
I should have lied.
10?
My deception
So they don't quite believe that Akio and Thornock are telling the whole truth on it. Mostly they just don't realize that there's a barrier where Thornock really doesn't say much. And so for you two, the Red Wizard calls out one lie, and then like these tentacles start like wrapping and squeezing around you, and you just start feeling this intense pain racking through your bodies. Your bodies. The other two of you, they just nod and take their notes and everything. The questioning continues like this.
Like,
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very anime-esque.
And we're Tavish
Haydar, is that you?
doesn't hate it.
Doesn't they do ask questions. They ask about Severin. They ask about basically what his plans are. They ask about your adventures. Like they ask certain questions about certain things along your adventures, people you've encountered, that sort of thing. And at the end of it, I need everybody to roll me one final persuasion or deception check.
Is it?
This is a question. This was a question that was specifically about like your party and what you had recently been up to. We'll just say.
Is there
28.
any way for me to tell if this is a dream or real, or is it just too?
It feels like both almost. Like there's parts.
Alright.
10.
Is this one at advantage for both of us? Still.
Yeah,
or-
still at advantage for both of you. Thornock, I need one last one from you as well.
natural 20.
Okay.
26.
Okay. So the dream kind of fades out for you three. We'll get to you in a moment. And you kind of have a fitful night's rest, but you wake up the next morning just a little weary, but not worse for the wear. Tavish, however, a lot of his is spent being tortured.
Okay.
A lot of your nightmare is spent being tortured because you're pretty harsh on these undead-loving sacks of crap.
Bring it on!
You wake up and there's a Death Eater like sucking your face.
Yeah, and you wake up in a cold sweat, like screaming, full on nightmare. So you're not gonna benefit.
Full on nightmare!
It's the name of my band.
Who's sick?
You are going to take 16 psychic damage.
Okay.
And you do not get the benefit of a long rest. Not that we needed it at this point. But you all meet up in the morning and you notice that you all kind of have this kind of deathly pallor and dark, hollow-looking eyes, like none of you got very much sleep.
I'm quite a bit worse than the rest of you.
Yep.
Like I'm going to be tomorrow morning. Every Friday morning I'm like,
Thank you for the follow. And the cheer. That was a cheer times 5.
I say,
Five
I
cheers.
slept like the dead. That's your reward.
Disadvantage.
long
Congratulations, you get advantage on your next roll.
Yeah.
Bit user.
Some asshole wizards were doing some dream torture thing, and now I have a massive headache.
I will point out that Ari does not look like she had any trouble last night. Mostly because she doesn't sleep.
Oh.
So, yeah, she is...
Immune to these effects.
That sounds
Well
familiar.
met.
Bunch of rogue dudes wrapped in
Let's see if I
tentacles.
can recall my dreams. No.
Well, I didn't sleep good, so I wasn't.
All I know is I had a really rough night. It's hazy. I can't really remember much. But it sucked.
And there's a knock on the door.
And I'm like, like basically hungover now at this point.
Okay. And,
Super cranky. Everything's loud. Everything's
Yeah.
When you open it, there's just a skeleton standing there.
Stop breathing, someone.
And it's not breathing, so you're good. And
That's that
it
rattle.
kind of does that kind of like wide
That's
wave
asthma.
of the hand, like follow, and it just leads you back into
Follow.
the audience chamber.
Before we leave, can I ask this attendant
Okay.
and be like, can you poop? Do you eat anything? Does he respond? I would
No.
like to persuade him to respond.
No, he does
Just
not
curious.
respond.
This is for scientific research. Mind you.
He doesn't have a voice box.
And
Click
if,
your head
if you
once for
follow
yes.
him, he will lead you back to the audience chamber where another delicious meal is waiting for you in the morning.
and gorge myself.
Bacon, eggs, ham, mutton.
The hangover cure.
Yep. Give me all the
Bloody Mary.
yeah, it's mostly because it's blood from a woman named Mary.
Some blood
Got
pie.
him.
Do I get advantage?
A little blood pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some gach.
That's not really blood, yeah.
No, but
Blood sausage. This place is gross.
kidney pie. There's some kidney pie.
Some liver and onions.
Yep. And after you guys have another hearty meal, Nai comes in and she bows and she says, "The illustrious lady gives her deepest apologies that she is not here to render verdict, but she asked me to render verdict for her. After much consideration and thoughtful inquiries that our wonderful talents have made, we have decided to join you in your quest."
I released my dagger. I was about to stab somebody.
I will return to you with you to Waterdeep, teleport you directly there, and you can inform the council of your good fortune.
We are most pleased to hear her lady's verdict.
Can
And
I
when
check my bag of holding and make sure the blue dragon mask is still there?
sure, it is still there.
I want to also I just flatter them and say, we are most grateful and Is there anything? Should we need to get to this place or help? Is there any way that you have a teleportation circle I could look at?
Our teleportation circles are reserved for only the red wizards.
Fair enough. How do I do it? I'm just kidding. Never mind. I didn't say that aloud.
You wear this robe.
You go get sunburned.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're now a red wizard.
So Nai, who, even though she is a woman, she still has the mustache and goatee that I described, and the bald head.
It's canon.
It's a minor illusion.
Yes. She takes you back out to the teleportation circle.
That's how she gets around the pay cuts.
As you guys are moving
Equal
through the castle and everything, Lilith steps up and she says, "Akio, do you have a moment?"
I can spare a moment.
Will you be all right?
I will begin humming counter charm and staying within range of this dude. Because I don't trust her.
Okay.
I'll look at you.
Alone within 30 feet. Wink.
I will.
So I can be kind of
We're outside of the.
Did you just say wink?
Are we
No,
outside the keep?
wink.
No, you are not outside of the keep at this point. You're still inside the keep.
I want to sing like a really like a funeral dirge, like droning whatever that would be suitable for undead.
Okay.
To use as counter
Think
charm
about
and
that
try and
song.
stay in range of him if she'll let me.
The song Erwin
She won't.
sings.
She starts leading Akio completely in the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
And I can't walk fast enough to keep up. Dang it!
I mean,
Those long-legged
if you
people.
want to, you're going to be stopped by a couple whites that are just like, no.
Okay. It's fine. I'll be fine.
All right.
So she gets you kind of into into this side room, and she reaches into kind of this cloak that she's wearing. She pulls out your cat, and she says, "Is this yours?"
Yeah. Summon it back to pocket dimension.
It's nice of you to keep an eye on me. I appreciate it.
Well, it's more for my safety than yours.
Do you really think that I would hurt you?
I don't know.
You're mine, Akio. I've never hurt you. And again, she does the whole like cheek touch, kind of charismatic.
Get on the ground! Quick,
Uh,
grabs your
For
face.
some reason, I don't have anything to say, even though normally I would.
Okay.
I guess I'm just too awestruck, dumbstruck. I don't know.
And then she
Kinda
lightly puts her finger on the ring, and you can feel it kind of heat up in your grip a little bit. And then she says, "If you'll excuse me, I just wanted to say goodbye before I went to sleep. It's rather early."
Yeah, well, see ya.
You'll hear me over the earring like, "Are you
See you around.
She rolls her eyes like, "You're not subtle at all." and she'll just kind of wave you away.
okay?" Is it a pineapple moment?
I'll just be like, no, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the last
So
message.
we'll go ahead and end tonight's session with everybody stepping onto the teleportation circle and Nai sending you and her back to Waterdeep. Yep.
Like in Warcraft.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wasn't expecting to run into her.
So-
I had nothing prepared.
So congratulations on defeating a dragon with very few spell slots.
Shake.
And congratulations on a successful mission to Thay.
I'm just glad no
Good
one
job, Thornock, killing the dragon. That was amazing.
Yep.
and then rode it to its demise.
So because you guys...
That's the second dragon you've killed.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's pretty awesome.
I'm pretty good at it.
That counts.
No. Okay, so one other thing to note is as you guys are all like walking away, eventually throughout the day each of you find something in your pocket, and it is a human finger bone that is tied to a loop of dried gut. And each of these bones acts as a scroll of protection undead that is activated and spent by snapping the bone in half.
Oh, that's creepy.
What's that? Is that a specific thing or a custom?
Nope, just scroll of protection undead. Just if you can find a scroll on it, otherwise it's just a spell scroll.
Undead.
And then another 1,000 experience points for another successful mission.
Experience 1,000. Level 14, here I come. Ooh, so close.
We are 3,000 away, ish.
So close.
So
No
Okay.
undead. Okay.
and that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight.
Woo.
Good work. Oh,
Well done. I'm going to go ahead and give. I'm giving. Okay, everybody was badass tonight, so I'm giving everybody inspiration.
Yeah.
If you don't have it.
What about Ari? She already has inspiration.
Already, well, yeah, she's got inspiration already. That's fine. Already.
Scroll.
Ari Yeti.
But for specifics, For specifics, Tavish doing the rapid fire gunshots was really cool. Akio basically spending the battle channeling haste on Tavish and using the Dimension Door scroll was really awesome. Plus your interactions with Lilith deserve inspiration. Thornok for killing yet another dragon and being badass as always. And Braum for an excellent use of a counter charm. Yay! In that dragon fight. That was that's definitely something that most players might just avoid, but you handled that really well. Thank you. So well done.
Full action.
All right, that is it for this week. I am not sure what the schedule is going to be like for the next few weeks. I need to talk with everybody off stream about that. But let's go ahead and cut the stream itself. Thank you all for joining us.
All
Have
right.
a wonderful night.
And thank you again, Ryuzen, for your 5-bit donation.
Ryuzen!
We appreciate it.
Yep, advantage on your rolls.
Thanks, guys. Next time.